This conference
So
will
now
now be recorded.
let's try to create the account. Let me share my screen. So can you make me organizer, Brunda? Chaitanya, can you make Chaitanya as an organizer? So I'm not able to share my screen. Yeah, I'm sorry for delay. There is some technical issue. Yeah, let's try to start from the scratch what we are doing. We are trying to create the table. So let's try to, everybody follow with me, www.snowflake.com. So we are not going to install anything. We are going to use the cloud services to practice SQL. So we no need to panic, worry about, I don't have any cloud knowledge. These are all the new things. Most of the people practicing SQL on MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle. What is this? So these are all the too many questions you'll get it. But now this is a very good platform to understand, to explore cloud technologies. We no need to worry about install anything on your machine. Directly you can use plug and play. Means just with the help of internet you can start using anywhere and you can start practicing your SQL. So this is very easy single step process to do this exercise. So let's try to create it. Now create, there is an option called here start for free. Everybody follow with me. So I'm going to create account for everyone. Let's try to create. So just click on the start for free. And here we are going to pass your first name and last name and very few details. Just you can pass the details like, you can pass the first name as Cloud. I'm giving the last name as CloudHill, and email ID I'm giving like any active email ID you can give. So which you can open and activate your account. So Cloud learning@gmail.com. And you are not associated, if you are working for some company, give it. If you are not associated with any company, just give the random name XYZ. Now click on it. Don't want Snowflake, so just if you don't want updates, just simple, just click on it. No need to worry about too many things. Just click on the continue. Now here we are having different types of accounts. So we have enterprise, standard, business critical. We don't worry about much, just you can select the any of the option. Any option is fine. Now by default you just select the enterprise and select the cloud. Any we have, now you are using indirectly cloud services to activate your account. So now you can select anything random options. Now region is this, and Asia Pacific, Mumbai region you select. That's it. That's all for accessing your account. Don't worry about I'm not getting account, I'm not able to install, I'm not able to do. There are too many challenges for installation. Now trend is cloud. Everything is cloud. So there is no installation, there is no maintenance. Just we are going to practice. We are going to use with the help of active internet. We are going to practice your things. That's it. That is the cloud. So it's all trending now. Everybody, no one using on-premise databases, no one using nowadays installation anything. Everything is cloud. Now that's it. Just click on it, get started. That's it. It's going to trigger one email to your account, your email ID, whatever email ID you provided. Just check your email IDs. So just check your email ID, whatever email ID you are having. So whatever email ID you provided, just check it. Should trigger one email to your account. So everybody received your account. So just check your emails inbox whether you are able to receive email ID or not. Okay. Yeah, I got email. So just you click on the activate your account. Hope everybody got email to activate. Now I'm accessing email from the different computer. So hope you can activate your account. Hope you can activate your account and you can access your account. So anyone having any issues to get this account? Any challenges, feel free to get it. This is very, very important step to get your account. So any challenges? So please let me know. So everybody should get this account, whoever attending this session. That is very, very important. Whatever we want to do next step, everybody should get this account and activate it. Now, once you click on the mail, click to activate, there is one option will be there. Like you are going to give the username as your own username and password, you are going to pass your own password. So you can keep your own password as a confidential. So username and password activated. So are you able to get your account? So anyone having any challenges get this account? Are you ready to access your account or not? So all set to go. Okay, let me share my screen. I'm going to launch my account. So just I got one URL to activate my account. Just I am logging with my account. So I just set up my username as CH and password is something. I'm trying to log in with that. Let's log in this. So this is the cloud database where you are going to practice your exercises. This is very, very important. This is everybody able to see this page or not? So everyone having this particular page. So everybody able to see this page. We are having, there is some empty page created. Now this is the page where you are going to practice your data. This is the page where you are writing some commands. Okay. So any challenges, anyone not able to get this page? This is completely cloud. You need to change our mindset. We are not using any of the old technologies now for practicing SQL. We are practicing the latest technologies, which is the cloud technologies, which is going to help us to write the queries. And this is the latest trend is going on in the market. So don't try to learn always SQL with the MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle. So we already crossed that stage. Now we are on cloud. Is it fine? Anyone having any challenges to get this page? Let me know. Let's try to create the table now. Now we are going to, this is very, very important. So here, if you see the plus symbol, you can able to. So we have, so here we can create your own database. Hello.
What is this disturbance, Suresh? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Suresh. Yeah. So again, we are not able to hear you, Suresh. Hi, Suresh.
Hello.
Hi,
Are
Suresh.
you able to hear now?
Yeah.
Are you able to hear now?
Yes.
So I'm sorry. Actually, there is some issue with GoToMeet. I don't know what is happening. So, but I'm really sorry about it. Okay. Yeah. Let's try to hope everybody got this account. You can able to see this account, right? Now, just now we created the database, practice SQL. Now earlier, so this is the page Snowflake account where you are going to create your tables and practicing. Now I'm going to switch to the sysadmin and we can select the database as practice SQL and we can select all these things. Now let's try to create the tables. Let's try to practice it. Now we have some tables like how we are going to create the table. Now last time I gave you some URL. Please open that URL to practice to create the table quickly. So EMP table, DDL, data, as well as create syntax, as well as inserting data syntax. This is the syntax. This is ready-made tables available. Just we are picking one by one and we are going to create this table in the. Let's copy this. First, we'll try to create the table. Copy this syntax completely. So I'm giving this URL again in the chart window. Just take this URL in the chart window. Just now I gave you this chart window. So copy that and now you open this particular paste it. Just copy and paste it. What happened? Something. Okay, now copy and paste. So this is the URL, create table. This is the syntax for creating the table. Create table, table name. So how many columns we are having here? We are going to create the table with department number, department name, and location. These are the three columns we are going to create the table. We are going to create the table. Three options like department number, department name, and location. There is a constraint here. As of now, no need to use this constraint. Remove this. Okay, and remove the comma also. This is the table for creating and also the table having three columns: department number, department name, and location. Let's run this. How to run this? Just you copy this statement and run it. You don't need to copy this entire statement. Just click on, press on the Control Enter. So department table successfully. So there is a table called department table. It successfully got created. Now you want to see data in the table. What is the data is available in this table? For that, we are going to use star from. DEPT. So what is the table name we created? Department. So you want to see the table, what kind of data we included to the table. This department table having 3 columns: department number, department name, 3 columns, and as well as location. Now we already created the table. This is the metadata information. So whenever you are creating the table, so we are going to use create statement is used to use it for metadata. Okay. Now you want to see the data. To see the data. So what kind of data you inserted in this table? What kind of this table having? This table having is select star from DEPT. So this is having how many columns? Let's select it. Now it is asking every time, just you can run it. The name of this particular table have department number and department name and location. So this particular table having 3 columns. What is the columns having? Department number, department name and location. There is no data available in this table. It is completely blank. Now we are going to insert data into this table. So how we are going to insert data? We have insert commands as well. So this is the commands we are going to use for inserting the data. Control C here, Control B. Now how many columns data is there here? We have the syntax for inserting the data. Insert into DEPT, DEPT number, DNAME, location, values of 10 comma, department name is accounting, and the location is the New York. So this is the data you are inserting into the table. So what is the syntax for inserting the data? Insert into table and the list of the column names and values of this particular data. Now let's try to insert the data. Control enter. So this is the data we inserted. Now first we created the table, and after that we inserted data into the table. Now we are going to select the data. How we are going to select the data? So this is now, earlier there is no data available in this table. Now let's see what is the data you inserted. Now you are going to insert the data, and we are going to, we have one record got inserted successfully. So if you want to insert same record again, it will take and insert the data. So now how many records in your table? 2 records having same data, like 10th department, accounting and New Year. So this particular record is repeating more than one time. So 10 accounting New Year, 10 accounting New Year. So that means by mistake you executed this statement 2 times. So that is the reason this data got inserted 2 times. So that means there is a duplicate data in your table. So what is the meaning of duplicate? The data which is repeating more than one time in your table, that is called duplicate data. Now this is clear. Now we are going to insert, there is some other insert statement as well. So try to insert this statement as well. Now what is the second statement you are inserting? See the syntax how they are using. They are not calling any column names. So whenever you are trying to insert data for all the columns, we are going to select insert into DEPT values of. Let's try to run this. So this is another way of inserting data into the table. We don't need to specify the columns explicitly. And there is some other data also, like this is to try to insert other record. So everybody should for inserting the data, understand the syntax, how we are going to use the syntax. Now there is another, like, so this is the another statement. So we have total 4 records inserted into the table. So now let's try to run the one by one statement. So now how many records in your table? So we have 10th record and also 20th department, and now you select the 30 also. Control. Now you select the 40 also. Now you try to select records, like, so total how many records we inserted into this table? Department number 10 is repeating 2 times. Why? Because by mistake you inserted 2 records at the same time. And 20, 30, 40. So this is how we are inserting data multiple times. So we inserted all the records together as a insert statement. Now, so we are good. We created one table name called department, and we try to insert the data into this table. So this is the syntax for creating the table and as well as inserting the data and as well as selecting the data. In the same way, there is another table called employee. So whatever data we are discussing, let's try to create that table as well. So this is the syntax for creating the employee table. Let's copy this table as well. Control C. So quickly you create the tables and insert the data. Don't take much time. Quickly you do. Remove these constraints. Remove these constraints and try to create this table. This is very, very important. We are going to play with this data. We are not learning, we are playing here. So just enjoy what you are doing. You are learning. It's very simple. So the way you are looking things, okay? Just we are creating the table, employee number, employee name, job. So what is the information you are trying to create? You are trying to create the employee number, employee name, and as well as salary and manager name and hire date. What did that particular employee hired, and what is the salary, and what is the commission, and what is the department number. This is the employee information, like employee number, employee name, job. All this we created the table. So what is the next step we need to do? We created the table. We are going to insert the data. So just find the insert command for inserting data. See, this is very, very important. See, this is the first statement. You are inserting data as a king. Copy this. Insert it. Okay. So you can keep all the data in single line so that it's easy for you to understand. So this is the data you are inserting in the table. So observe this data carefully. So the values which you are trying to insert as a numbers, you are just passing the number as it is. And whenever you are trying to pass the name, it is going to mention in the single quotations, that is the character values. And also whenever you are going to select the job as president, and that is going to give again as this character value the single quotations. And what is this value? It is showing null. That means the manager, this particular person he is the owner of the organization. He is the top employee in the organization. He is working like a president, and it is having that's the reason it is not having any manager in the organization. So who is the manager? So there is some highest person in the organization, like president for the country. Who is president reporting to? President not reporting to anyone. So everybody reporting to president. So that's the reason whenever president manager come into the picture, that is showing as a blank. So that is the reason we are keeping it as a null value. And at the same time, hire date. Hire date is the date data type. We are going to use the date data type as 17/11/1981. So this is the date is in the DD MMYY format. That's the reason we are using this. Again, salary for this particular employee is 5,000. And again, he don't have any commission. That is the reason it is showing as a null. And next thing is department number. This department number is 10. So this is having 10th department information. That's all about data it is talking about. The data which is talking about metadata, this is actual data. Now just see that if you want to see the data, control enter. See all the data, whatever you inserted, all the data got loaded and it is showing the data in the tabular format having employee number, employee name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission, like this. In the same way, we have total 14 records in the table. Let's try to insert this data quickly. So quickly, in 5 minutes, everybody able to see 14 records in the employee table. So minimum 14 records. If we get more than 14 records, what does that mean? So what does that mean? You're going to inserting the duplicate records in the table. Now, how many records we inserted? 3 records. So total 3 rows got inserted. Now like this, we have more records. Just copy and run these statements. Nothing is there. Copy paste. Are you able to do? Anyone having any challenges? Let me know. Now after this, we have real exercise coming to the picture. That is real learning. We are going to start. We are setting up our data. We are creating our data game. Okay. Now, what is this issue? There is some issue here. Observe carefully. This is the different format. Just remove it. Insert into values. This particular record having some different meaning. So now insert into employee values is showing like, just observe carefully why it is coming like this. See, the month we are pausing is a different way. Here you can pause 07. So then having insert into employee values. Now let's run this. Now this record got inserted. If you are practicing, if you are doing along with me, definitely you are going to get this problem. Hope you are able to solve this particular error on your own. If anyone having this issue, still you are facing problem, please let me know. I'm happy to help. And now run this. We are not doing anything, just we are copying, pasting here. That's it. So we are not doing anything, and even we are not started learning anything, just we are copying, pasting everything, whatever is there in this sheet. Just we are trying to understand where to copy, where to execute, where we need to do Control C, and where that is what we are now. This data also got inserted now. So still few more records left. Let's quickly we'll try to few more records left. Control V, and there is another record, lost record. Still too many records. Still four more records left. So which record we copied just now? Word. So word inserted. Now next Martin. Martin is completed. Who is next? Turner. So please copy and paste your errors in chart window. I can respond your answers in chart window if you are having any issues. Now next one is Adams. So again this particular record also having some issue. So here instead of July we are going to pass 07. Give the format correctly. YY. And next the one. This is inserted successfully. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to practice with this data. If we don't have this data, we can't do anything in next session. We are setting up our environment to start playing with your data, and we are going to learn actual SQL going forward. Now, all the data got inserted. If you want to see the data, how we can see the data? Select star from young. See whatever data we are discussing, whatever data we need, all the data is showing here. So any challenges, anyone having to see this data? So anyone having any challenges, feel free to ask, and any issues, let me know. We're going to understand and this data. Okay, now so this is the how we are creating the tables and accessing the data. So now next job is, so here we can use the same syntax whether you are using the, this is the cloud database and it is going to store all the data in the Snowflake. So we have trending databases like Snowflake, Redshift, Azure, AWS, Google. These are all the trending databases. Now, everywhere people talking about cloud, if you have knowledge on these things, definitely owner of your organization, like you are the employee organization owner. There is some set of employees working in your organization, and you want to identify some information what your management is asking. As a business owner, I am trying to get some information from this data. We know how to set up this data, how to activate this data in the cloud account. And now we are going to understand how this data. Suddenly, so I'm asking to write the questions, and you have to think like a business owner, what kind of requirement you can get it from this data. So how many employees working in the each and every department? Let's say here we have only 14 records. Assume we have 1 lakh records in the table. You have 1 lakh records in the table, and you want to identify total how many departments in your organization. How do you think about it now? How do you get it? So manually we can't check the 1 lakh records, right? So how many 10 department, how many 20 department, how many 30 department, like that. So how many departments we are having data, it's going to use. So how many employees working on each and every department? That is the one of the requirement we should understand. So now here we are not going to understand the answers, we are going to understand the requirement first. What business is expecting and what kind of data they are expecting, and how to start writing that logic. Before that, we are going to frame the set of statements, SQL statements, and that is going to use. Who is getting salary more than 2,000? Who is getting salary minimum 5,000 in the organization? I want to see the employees in my organization who is getting the salary minimum 5,000. Is it valid question? I want to know the employees who is hired in the organization in 1981. 1981, how many employees hired in my organization? Is it valid question or not?
Of
I want
course,
to know
valid
the
question only.
employees' names whose name starts with C. So whoever names starting with C, I want to see only that data. How to get that data? I want to know the names of employees who is getting commission more than 0.5. How we are going to get it? These are all the different requirements we are going to use and access the data. How we are going to use and how to process the data. So these are all the different questions as per your analytical data analysis skills. We can think beyond the limit and we can able to find the different questions. Whatever question someone writes, we are in a position to answer that question. That is, then only you know the SQL. Otherwise, we can't judge, So any kind of requirement, first frame the requirement. What requirement is required to create the data? What kind of requirement we need? So we have exercise for everyone to at least frame minimum 10 questions with this data. And share those 10 questions directly to me in the chat window or personally to me. I will go through and I will understand. Minimum 10, maximum 100 or 1,000 also. There is no limit. So you can write a number of questions and you can able to share those questions. So we have can able to write too many questions as your own understanding on the data, and all the data it is going to use and access, and we are not going to write the answer, we are going to write the question so that we can able to understand, and we can, and then if you are writing 10 questions, if you answer 10 questions, then SQL sessions are over. If you are writing 100 questions, if you are able to answer 100 questions, then SQL sessions are over. Everything, whatever questions you are framing, you are going to learn that. Framing questions in our own choice, answering those questions is also our own choice. That's what we are going to learn. So what we need to learn extra, whatever questions we are not getting answered, that is the points we are going to learn, gain the knowledge, how to solve that answer. So for tomorrow, I want to see minimum 10 to 20 questions from everyone. Please share. I gave some 4-5 sample questions now itself. If you are not able to get, you take the Google help. Everywhere in Google, you can see the employee table interview questions. Everywhere people are talking about this table. I have data like this, how to fetch the data, how to do the data. This is the how every time they're going to use and ask the questions in interviews. Okay, so you're in a position to understand and practice this data. So get ready all this data and solve the questions, write the questions, no answers. I want questions only. We're going to frame questions first, and then we'll see how much knowledge we are gaining to answer those questions. I'm going to help you to write answers on your own. I'm not going to teach answers. You are going to write your own answers on your own. That's how we are going to practice going forward, and we'll try to understand tomorrow what are the different questions, and we'll start how we are going to start data analysis, how to start writing queries, how to start from simple questions, and slowly we can try to understand more. So whenever someone asks any question, first we should understand the data, what kind of data they are talking about, and then we can able to solve the any data related technologies. Understanding data is very, very important. Once you understand the data, solving the question is very easy. That's how we need to practice and we need to understand. Okay, so I'm going to stop now. So if you have any questions, any challenges, let me know, and I will try to upload this. We'll try to upload this session in the drive. We'll share the drive details also by today. Please share your email IDs to our team so that they can help you to share all the recordings for you.
Hi Suresh, what
Thanks,
about
everyone.
previous classes? Hi Suresh.
Yeah.
Hi Suresh, what about previous classes?
Yeah, I will share the recording.
Maybe for a
Yeah, we'll share the recordings. We already created the drive. Please share your email IDs so that we can share it.
Are you presenting the class through hotspot or direct network? See, we are getting a lot of disturbances, Suresh.
No, through Wi-Fi only.
Hello.
It's not network.
But